Our weapons in this war are knowledge, education, and truth. The news from a couple days ago about hostages that were killed in friendly fire is tragedy. It is tragic. And Israel had every incentive to hide their involvement in that tragedy, but they didn't, because they know that the truth, no matter how painful, is our ally. Meanwhile, Hamas is caught lying over and over again, and every word they say is treated as gospel. We need to educate people. They want you to believe. Thank you. They want you to believe that this war in Israel is a war over land. It is not. They want you to believe that there's a war that started in 1948. It did not. They want to label Jewish people as colonizers and that Israel is merely a Western imperialist outpost. It is not. And they want you to think that anti-Zionism is merely criticism of the Israeli government. It is not. If anti-Zionism was just criticism of the Israeli government, there would not be a Zionist in Israel. I can tell you that much. They claim that anti-Zionism is not the same as anti-Semitism. I'm here to say that if there is no place in the world for one Jewish state, you are an anti-Semite. There are Christian countries, Muslim countries, Buddhist countries, atheist countries. Only one country in the world are there calls to be a complete eradication of, and that is the Jewish one. The history of the Jewish people and the identity of the Jewish nation is linked with the land of Israel. Every Jewish person for millennia, no matter where they are in the world, pray 3 times a day toward Jerusalem. But I did not think it was important for everyone in this community to know this, for them to have this information, to be aware of this information. But I was wrong. Everyone, my neighbors, everyone here needs to be willing, if they're willing to stand with us against anti-Semitism that seek our destruction, they need to know this history. They need to know this link. It is impossible at this point to separate anti-Semitic attacks that are happening all over the country, all over the world, from the streets of Los Angeles where a Jewish man was killed, to the university campuses where Jewish students have to barricade themselves in libraries to avoid roving mobs, to our town where property was vandalized, people are harassed, to what is happening in Israel. Hatred for Israel and hatred for the Jews and Christians and everyone else who supports Israel is rooted in ignorance. It is rooted in ignorance. Israel is being painted by its detractors as a Nazi regime, as committers of war crimes and genocide. And we teach our children to be compassionate and tolerant and to call out evil when they see it. But what happens when children do not know what the difference between good and evil is? There was just a poll that came out that said that a majority, 51% of the 18 and 24-year-olds said that Israel should be ended and replaced with Hamas. That just came out a couple of days ago. That's what 18 to 24-year-olds, and they didn't poll people younger than that. But that is what children around the country are learning, and we need to educate. That's what we have to do. It won't be a long, if we don't educate the difference between good and evil, there will be a vacuum. Someone else will fill in that education, and they will not have a long lecture about nuances of this conflict. It'll be a 1-minute video on TikTok. It'll be an Instagram post with a few words. And people will think, I'm educated enough. But they have no idea. So it's up to us to spread the word, to do what we can to let everyone know what the truth is, and educate, educate, educate. Okay. We live in an age. There we go. Some more ignorance right there, driving by. You didn't see it, but it was there. We live in an age where there's more information available to people than ever before, yet there has never been more ignorance. This rally is a very good first step. Everyone here should spread the word. We can show the world that we stand on the side of truth, the side of good, and we are unashamed to be standing together against hate. Am Yisrael Chai.